Well, we've made it to Mitad del Mundo, which is the center of the earth. We're at the equator. One step, we're on the north. One step, we're on the south. I don't know jack squat about the equator, but we're going to find out a little bit more. So let's check it out. Mitad del Mundo. Now that we're at the center of the earth, the equator. I'm not exactly sure what we were expecting to see, but what we did learn was that the big cylindrical ball that sits on top of that monolith is not the actual center of the earth. It's actually about 150 meters away from here. So somebody with a Garmin GPS came over here and said, hey, wait a minute, that's not the center of the earth, it's over here. So they had to go back and rethink their strategy. And we're going to head over to one of the malls in and around the Quito area, just on the suburbs, and see how that is, and get an idea for some prices on regular household goods. So until then, we are saying adios from the equator, and we're out of here.
We're in Quito right now at a really big mall. I'd say it's just like Multi-Plaza Mall. Over there is a Crocs store. There's some US type stores, some other stores, but really nice. It is 3 levels. So any of you shopaholics that want to come to Quito, you can have your fix here. It's a pretty nice big mall. Now we're going to pig out on some onion rings. I hope they're yummy, and some ribs. We're having a kind of a big lunch, and then we'll walk around the mall a little bit, see what's here, and then go to our next stop. We hired a taxi man, and he's just hanging out while we're exploring.
Well, I'll tell you, we've been in a grocery store already. I'm a little surprised that the prices on stuff here are not as cheap as we've been led to believe. A bottle of Absolute vodka, a liter bottle, 51 bucks. Johnny Walker Black Label, almost 80 bucks for a bottle of scotch. The price for liquor over here is ridiculously high, very much so the way it is back in Costa Rica. And when we were over looking at electronics, I took a look at an iPad over here, $720 for an iPad, $499 back in the States, about $1,000 back in Costa Rica. So things here are a little bit cheaper electronic-wise, but even still, very, very expensive for what you get. $7,000.
Yes.
En Estados Unidos, 24, 25 mil dólares.
La Toyota RAM. 25, 26 mil dólares máximo. Toyota RAM máximo.
25?
Sí. Yes.
No es caro. No. We're now in Parque Carolina in downtown Quito, and it's really nice out here right now. It's the temperature is feeling pretty good. We're told that this is not too dangerous of a place. It gets a little crowded on the weekends. Lots of people coming here. Guys coming in playing football or soccer on the fields, and it gets to be a very popular place. Lots of office buildings, lots of apartments, and I'm kind of surprised that for a South American country like Quito, the city of Quito, it's quite expensive to live down in this part of the city.
Local residents gather at La Carolina mostly on weekends to play soccer, basketball, and equivolley, an Ecuadorian variation of volleyball. There is also a rather extensive man-made river where paddle boats cruise on more than a mile of meandering water. However, when we were there, the water was being drained and the river cleaned. Next to the pond was the most elaborate bicycle and skate park I've ever seen. Here, kids from across the city come to risk life and limb in pursuit of another adrenaline rush. The park is also home to some magnificent works of oversized art that draws visitors from all over the globe. I got to admit, we were highly impressed.
This is an all-steel welded sculpture of an indigenous Indian and a lion. And look what's made up here. This is all axe heads, all welded together. Very cool. I asked Francisco, my cab driver, ¿qué es eso? What is this? He said, yo no sé. Solo artística. So it's only art. Looks kind of cool. Have no idea what it is. I know what that is. And guess where the airport is?